How many of you have worn the iconic Issey Miyake fragrance that is available in these trademark bottles? I bet quite a few. Well, it has a distinct urban smell meant to satisfy the vanity in us. And what was once a fragrance of a privileged few became more common as commercialization and better living standards started making inroads into our lives, especially the upper middle class of the society. Well, the revolutionary Japanese fashion designer Issey Miyake, on whose name this perfume sold millions of bottles, has died at the age of 84 on Friday, 5th of August. He died of liver cancer and a private funeral has already taken place as per the Japanese media. Yes, he was from Japan. Known for his innovative styles and perfume, Issey Miyake built a global fashion brand which included designing famous black turtleneck jumpers that became a calling card for Apple co-founder Steve Jobs. The job was given to him by Jobs himself, and his brief was very simple and very clear. Design something unique, not too flashy, and most of all, comfortable. So Issey Miyake came up with this turtleneck jumper, and reportedly he made about 100 of them at $175 each. Well, rest as they say is history. His fashion house developed highly sought after clothes for men and women as well as bags, watches and perfumes. A bottle of Laude Issey, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that's the name of the perfume, that was launched in 1992 and was rumored to sell every 14 seconds. His APOC or APOC, a piece of clothing line which can now be seen in museums, used a special weaving machine that made outfits out of one continuous tube of fabric. Well, Issey Miyake wanted to be a dancer or an athlete when he was young, but all of that changed after he read his sister's fashion magazines. He studied graphic design at the Tokyo Art University and then moved to Paris, yes, the fashion capital of the world, in the 1960s when he worked with celebrated fashion designers like Guy Laroche and Hubert de Givenchy. He moved to New York for a short time before heading back to Tokyo in 1970 to open the Miyake Design Studio. By the 1980s, he was already being celebrated as one of the world's most pioneering designers as he worked with materials from plastic to metal. He became known for creating a style that was high-tech, yet very practical and comfortable, and was a household name not just in Japan's fashion industry but also on the global ramp. Issey Miyake was equally comfortable with traditional and with modern fashion techniques in his long career. While his professional life was thriving, his backstory or his personal life was quite tragic. Born in Hiroshima in 1938, Issey Miyake was just 7 years old when the city was devastated by an atomic bomb dropped by the United States. His mother died of radiation exposure just 3 years later. In one of his most moving pieces in New York Times, he wrote, "When I close my eyes, I still see things no one should ever experience." He also added that he prefers to think of things that can be created, not destroyed. In 2009, he wrote how he didn't want to be known as the designer who survived the atomic bomb. Now, Issey Miyake may have chosen not to talk about it for a very long time, but in a shocking irony, Japan's revolutionary designer left us one day before the 77th anniversary of his hometown Hiroshima's bombing. He had survived the blast, which killed an estimated 140,000 people back then, and this was after the impact that it had on the people, including his own mother, and it also led to the end of World War II after the bombing of Nagasaki just 3 days later. Well, that was the eventful life of Issey Miyake. How many of you knew about it when you often would see his brand on the shelf at high-end luxury stores and airport duty-free shops? Well, if you didn't, then you do now. Leave your thoughts about this story in the comments below. Connect with us on Instagram and on Facebook as @Reviewron. I'm also available on Twitter as @Ronak. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you find our videos worth it. But as always, even if you don't do any of these things, thank you so much for watching this one. Please take care of yourself and those around you. Jai Hind.